Well, welcome back. We're on day 4 of our exploration of the days of creation. So we're going to be looking today at chapter 1, verses 14 to 19. Then God said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and seasons, and for days and years, and let them be for lights in the firmament of the heavens to give light on the earth." And it was so. Then God made 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. God set them in the firmament of the heavens to give light on the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. So the evening and the morning were the 4th day. So again, there's quite a bit to notice here as we read this. First thing is that the 4th day, the arena is heavenly rather than earthly. If you remember back to day 3, we talked about the division of the water and the land. We talked about the plants, and here we have things going on in the sky. It's also worth noting that several times we see the word light or lights. This word is different from the word for light, which is used earlier in day 1. These are luminaries or sources of light. That's the word that's being used here. I also want to notice that despite the fact that the arena of action is the sky or the heavens, there is a connection to the earth in that these luminaries are given to give light on the earth. Also, on this reading, I found it curious to realize that although we're talking about the sun and the moon, they're actually not named in this chapter at all. We don't see the names of the sun and the moon being used in Genesis until chapters 12 and 37. And then I also notice how earth-centric this day is. Again, even though the arena is in the heavens, we're very much focused upon the earthly experience. So just consider this. The sun is said to exist to give light to the earth. And yet if you think about the sun and how small the earth is in comparison, imagine what percentage it is of the light the sun gives off that actually strikes the earth. It's tiny. It's got to be less than 1%. It also talks about day and night, seasons, days and years, as though the provision of these things are the reason for the existence of the sun and the moon. But all of these things are actually functions of the rotation and the tilt and the orbit of the earth. And we only happen to measure or observe them because of the existence of the sun. So if we're thinking about this day in terms of our evolving spiritual consciousness, what is going on here? Well, I think we are gaining a sense from our earthly arena and activity that all that stuff that's going on in our lives actually has a source which is somewhere else. You know, I think of this day as the stage at which Christians truly recognize the Lord Jesus Christ for the first time. In his book, Heavenly Secrets, or Arcana Celestia, at paragraphs 30 and 37, Swedenborg describes this day as the emergence of love and faith in the Lord. And this really is the difference between the atheist and the Christian experience of life. I mean, both recognize and acknowledge the existence of what is good and true, but the Christian acknowledges the Lord Jesus Christ as their source. And the thing is that in order to reach that stage, we must have had the presence of the Lord in our lives many days, months, years prior to that acknowledgement. You see, every Christian will recognize that the Lord has been with them throughout their journey of life. But for some reason, they're unable to accept the fact that the Lord is present in the lives of others who don't as yet acknowledge him. Yes, the Lord is unseen, but surely he must be present. So I wonder what you think. As ever, you're welcome to drop a comment below. I'm very happy to chat to anybody who wants to spend the time. But do keep it friendly. Look forward to talking to you.